Today we're going to be looking at 2D figures. So we have some figures here. Let's take a look at our different figures. So we have a triangle. So to find the area and perimeter of a triangle, for the perimeter you're going to add up all the sides. So your sides are C, B, and D. So you add all those up. That gives you the perimeter. To find the area, you're going to multiply 1/2 times B times H. For a square, you're going to add up all the sides, side plus side plus side plus side, or just 4 times S. For the area, we're going to multiply side times side, so that's side squared. For a rectangle, we have length times width. For our area, our perimeter is length plus width, or 2L, to length, plus 2W, to width. And lastly, for a circle, the circumference is 2 pi r. R is our radius coming from the middle to one of the sides. A diameter is 2 radiuses because the radius comes from the middle to the side. A diameter is from one side to the other, passing through the middle. So circumference is also pi times diameter. If you have diameter, you're going to take the diameter, you're going to divide it by 2, and that'll give you your radius. So if you have the diameter, you need your radius for the area. The area is pi times radius squared. So you take whatever your diameter is, divide by 2, and that'll give you your radius. So let's go ahead and try out some problems. So our first two problems are in a coordinate grid. So we're going to have to use some information that we learned from before to help us answer these problems. So what we're going to do is we have this right here. This is going to be my length. And I have this right here. This is going to be my width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in my values that I have. So I have A. The points for A are -4 and 2. And then I have D. Oh, sorry, I'm going to flip these. So this is going to be my length. And then this is going to be my width. D, so this is going to be 1,7. So let's go ahead and let's plug this in. Let's find the distance. So to find the distance, we're going to use the distance formula. Square root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Now remember, this is going to be my x1. This is my y1. This is my x2. And this is my y2. So plug those into your formula. That gives you L equals the square root of 1 minus -4. 1 minus -4 squared plus, plug in 7 minus 2 squared. So 1 minus -4 is 5 squared. 7 minus 2 is 5 squared. So 5 times 5 is 25. 25 plus 25 equals the square root of 50. So now let's find the width. So width, we're going to use, again, A, which is -4, 2. And this time we're going to use B, which is 0, -2. So plug it in, same thing, square root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So when we plug that in, that's going to give us the square root. Go up here, label these up. x1, y1, x2, y2. So x2 is 0, x1 is 4 minus -4 squared plus y2 is -2 minus 2 squared. So I get the square root of 4 squared plus 4 squared. So that's going to give me 16 plus 16, which equals the square root of 32. So now we have the length and we have the width. For the perimeter, it's going to be 2 length plus 2 width. And then for the area, it's going to be length times width. So 2 length times 2 width, so it's going to be 2 times the square root of 50 plus 2 times the square root of 32, which gives you about 25.5. I typed that into my calculator and got that. For area, this is going to be the square root of 50 times the square root of 32. Again, type this into my calculator and I get 40. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to work with the circle. So we're going to find the radius of a circle. So we have the center. That's at 4, 8. Then we have D, which is a point on the outside. So this is going to give us a radius, 6, 3. So we are going to do the radius equals the square root. Let me separate these two for you. Again, we're using the distance formula. So it's going to be x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So when we plug in our values, we're going to end up getting, this is my x1, y1, x2, y2. So I get x2 is 6 minus 4 squared plus 3 minus 8. 3 minus 8 squared. 6 minus 4 squared is 2 squared. 3 minus 8 squared is negative 5 squared. So I get 4 plus 25, which equals the square root of 29. So we have C equals 2 pi r. I got this from the previous page. And then we also have area equals pi r squared. So let's go back up here real quick. Pi is equal to 3.14. Just make that note right there. Pi equals 3.14. So now we're going to come back down. We're going to use that to help us out. So plug in the numbers that we have. So C is going to be 2 times 3.14 times the square root of 29. And when we type all that into our calculator, we get out about 33.8. And then over here, again, we have 3.14 times the square root of 29 squared. Well, the square root of 29 squared is just 29. So that's going to give me about 91.1. Because I multiplied 29 times 3.14 and I get 91.1. Let's take a look at number 2. So use the appropriate 2D model and the dimensions provided in the image to calculate the perimeter and area. So if we look at this, it's 12.5 and 12.5. So both of these are the same, so this is going to be a square. So our perimeter for a square is side plus side plus side plus side, or 4 times s. And our area for a square is going to be s squared. So again, our sides are 12.5, so perimeter is going to be 4 times 12.5 inches. And when we multiply 4 times 12.5, we get 50 inches. For the area, it's going to be 12.5, and we're going to square that, squared. So when I put that in, that's going to give me 156.3 inches. Inches times inches is inches squared. So our area is going to be 156.3 inches squared, and our perimeter is going to be 50 inches. So part A, a fire code states that there must be 15 square feet of free space for every customer in the cafe. How many people can fit in the cafe? So we want to find the total area of the cafe. So the area is, well, this is 15 feet by 15 feet. So this is going to be 15 times 15, which gives me 225. Then we want to find the areas of the counter and the drink station. So the counter is 3 times 11, which is 33 feet. And the drink station, well, that's a triangle over here. So because that's the triangle, that's going to be 1/2 base times height. Base is 5, height is 6. I'm getting these numbers from counting and counting. And that's going to give me 15 feet. And then for our tables, we have 2 tables. So we want to find the area of the tables by using our distance formula. So our length for our table is going to be the square root of 3 minus 1 squared plus 9 minus 5 squared, which is going to give me the square root of 20. And then my width is going to be the square root of 3 minus 1 squared again, plus 4 minus 5 squared. So this is going to give me square root of 5. So for the tables, my area is going to be length times width, which equals square root of 20 times square root of 5, which is 10. Because 20 times 5 is 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So again, our area of our cafe, then we're going to take away from that, or so our area for the whole thing for space is the area of the cafe minus the counter minus the drink station and then minus our 2 tables. So this is going to give me 225 minus our counter, which is 33, minus our drink station, which is 15, and then minus our 2 tables, which is 2 times 10. So we're going to get 157. Isaiah wants to hang garland around the tables and the drink station. How much garland does Isaiah need? So we know that we have 157 feet squared is what our spot is, times 1 over 15 feet. Or sorry. So our garland station is going to be length of the garland equals 2 times the perimeter of the table. Perimeter of table plus perimeter of drink station. So this is going to be 2 times the square root of 10 plus 2 times the square root of 5 plus for the drink station, this is going to be 6 plus 5 plus we got to find that last side of the drink station. So the last side of the drink station is 15 minus 9 squared plus 5 minus 0 squared. And when we put all that in, we're going to get 45.6 feet of garland.